Hey, this is Aaron with Curbside Cycle, and we're here to talk about traveling with your bike. Riding a bike's already a joyful experience, so why not take that wherever you go? Most of the time when you travel, you're renting a bike or you're borrowing a bike, and nothing can ruin a trip faster than sitting on a saddle that's not meant for you or handlebars that are too wide. You can enjoy the sights and sounds of a new city or in the countryside without having to worry about your discomfort and pain when you're on your own bike. So let's get into the different ways you can travel with a bike. Let's start with the mode of transportation that's probably most accessible to all of us here in North America, the car. Likely the easiest and safest way to travel with a bike is to have it in your car, and the bikes behind me probably do the best job of that. The Brompton Folding Bike is definitely the best to fit in the trunk of your car as it folds so small and it's self-protecting when it's folded. A Brompton will fit in literally any size car, from a Mini to a Escalade. If you're bringing your regular size bike with you in your car, you'll likely have to remove a wheel to fit it in your trunk. If you have a quick release wheel, that's easy to do. Just disengage the brake and pop the wheel off. If you have a bolt-on wheel, you'll just need a wrench with you to remove that wheel. Bringing your bike in or on your car is as easy as that, so wherever you're going, you'll always have your bike on hand. Traveling with your bike on the bus isn't always that easy, unless you got one of these bikes. Carrying a Brompton or any folding bike on a bus is pretty easy because you can just bring it on with you. Most regional bus services like Go will offer a bike rack on the front of their bus, but it is first come, first serve, and they've only got 2 spots, so just make sure you know what you're getting into. Another thing to note about the racks on the front of the regional buses is that you can't lock the bike to those racks. So if you have a frame lock mount or some kind of cable lock to lock that bike to itself, that's probably your best option. Those racks are also only rated up to about 50 pounds, so if you have an e-bike, that could be a challenge. Regional coach bus services will have baggage holds under the bus. You'll likely need to box your bike before bringing them onto those buses. Traveling with your bike on a bus can be tricky in North America. Europe obviously does it a lot better than we do, but it does bring you to amazing destinations all over Ontario, and then you'll have your bike to ride the countryside. Now let's talk about one of the nicest public ways of traveling with your bike, and that's by train. Most city subway services, like the TTC, will allow you to bring your full-size bike or folding bike on the train. However, during rush hour, regular-size bike won't be allowed, but a folding bike sure will. Be sure to check time constraints during your route, but it's an amazing way to link parts of the city that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get to all by bike, and you can really explore an entire city if you can bring your bike on the train with you. One of the nicest ways to get out of the city are regional train services, and in Ontario that would be Go or Via Rail. The regional Go trains will allow you to bring your bike on every car, but only max of 2 bikes per car will be allowed. This is also only outside of rush hour. During the summer months from May to October, Go Train has dedicated bike cars that you can bring your bikes on, and they travel from Toronto all the way to Niagara Falls, so you can go and get your wine tour going with ease. Obviously, traveling on a Go Train with a Brompton folding bike, you can travel at any time. Via Rail make things a little bit more complicated to travel with a bike, but it's not impossible. Traveling with a bike on Via Rail does require that you have your bike boxed before bringing it to the train station. You also have to make sure that the train that you're traveling on has a baggage car, because the bike will only be allowed on that car. Obviously, the nice thing with Via Rail is it goes all across this great country, so you can bring your bike wherever you go and ride in Montreal or Vancouver or Edmonton or all these amazing places. The trick is that you have to get your bike built at your destination. Once again, with a Brompton folding bike, you can do this easily without having to build your bike. You'll just need to travel with the Brompton Transit Travel Bag, as it's nicely padded, has wheels on the bottom of it so you can roll it through the train station. If you're traveling on Via Rail with an e-bike, it's required that you bring your battery on as hand luggage and store them in the baggage areas of the car. and not where the passengers are sitting. With all the various regulations that Via Rail imposes, it does make it a little bit challenging to travel with your bike across the country. But again, it's not impossible. And if you have the right logistics built into wherever you're going, you'll be able to ride your bike just fine. Traveling with a folding bike on Via Rail is pretty easy because they allow you to carry it on as hand luggage as long as it's in a bag and it measures to 62 linear inches. Brompton is really easy because it obviously folds to less than that and can be easily transported through the station with the transit travel bag. Did we mention Brompton's really easy to travel with? Say your travels require that you hop on a plane to get where you're going. If you want to bring your bike, it can be easy, but every airline is a little bit different, so make sure to check your airline to make sure you're following their regulations. Let's start with regular bikes. If you're bringing your regular bike on the plane, it is required that you box your bike, either with a cardboard box that you can get at any bike shop, or ready-made bike boxes that are designed for global travel. These are built in with wheel wells, have wheels on the bottom, carrying straps. You can find them at any performance bike shop. With cardboard boxes or bike boxes, it's always a good idea to throw in a little extra padding around the bike just in case the baggage handlers are tossing the bikes around before they get on the plane. So a little extra foam on the bike or even some sweaters or jackets that you're bringing with you to pad it out a little bit more is beneficial. For any regular bike, these are also considered oversized bags. That means they have to go to special baggage handling, and you do usually have to pay an extra fee for bringing your bike. The same with any box bike travel is whenever you get to the destination, you will need to build your bike. So if you have a mechanic on hand or a bike shop that you'll be bringing the bike to, or you yourself have the ability to build your own bike, this will be the best way to travel with your bike boxed. If you are traveling with your e-bike, this can be done. However, you won't be able to travel with your battery on the plane. Obviously, for safety reasons, they don't allow you to bring a battery into the cabin. However, if you have a battery at your destination, you can still travel with your e-bike. You'll obviously need to have it boxed like a regular size bike. Once again, like all modes of transportation, folding bikes are always the best. And Brompton takes the top of the heap once more as being the easiest bike to travel with through any airport. With a Brompton padded transit travel bag, you'll be able to travel with ease. Again, filling in some of the space in that bag with foam or a sweater. Because it's so small, it can be accommodated as checked baggage, which is really nice so that you don't have to pay that oversized luggage fee. The best thing about getting to where you're going with the Brompton or any folding bike is that you can just unfold it when you land at whatever airport you end up at. It does mean that you can just roll on your merry way once you land. The most important thing to remember with bringing your bike on a plane is the logistics of it. Wherever you're traveling to, make sure you know of a bike shop or know of someone who can help you put your bike back together and have a safe space to store your bike box or cardboard box. You can always recycle the cardboard box, but if you're leaving again, it's nice to have that box handy. With your folding bike or your Brompton folding bike, some airlines will allow you to gate check the bike if it's folded and put in a case, but do check with your airline before you just walk through the bridge. One really useful piece of advice that we can offer is plan ahead. Nothing makes a trip go poorly than running around a city trying to find anyone who can build a bike at a certain time of day than having something already planned out. You know what bike shop you're bringing it to, you know what hotel room you're bringing the bike into and storing your box. Things can be easy, just plan ahead. Wherever your travels take you, bringing your own bike with you is easily the best way to enjoy your destination. You're on a seat that you know, you're on handlebars that are the right size for you, so you can really enjoy your time exploring the city or seeing nature and not thinking about how much your butt hurts. It's also going to save you a ton of money because you're not paying for taxis and you're not limited by where those taxis can go. You can go anywhere. So if traveling with your bike means that you're not only going to be traveling on your bike, we hope that these tips and tricks can help you travel with ease and ride your bike wherever you end up. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed our video. Be sure to like and subscribe and drop a comment below. Maybe include your own tips and tricks on how you travel with your bike. And stay tuned for more videos on Dutch city bikes, cargo bikes, and folding bikes. And visit us online at www.curbsidecycle.com or at our great shop at 412 Bloor Street West in Toronto.